Hi, 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 hi. Okay, this is gonna be real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay, okay, okay. Hi, 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 hi. Obanani, Obanani, Orisha, Obanani, Ofrum, Orisha, Orisha. Manafray. Y'all know what it gives. Stop playing with me. Obanani, 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 Oshun, Oshun, Oria, Ori, Oshun, Oria. Oba Nani. Ish. Eba. Alright. Alright. Oba Nani. Orisha talk. Ori work. Holistic health. What is the sensitivity of life? Okay. The sensitivity of life is your own awareness of self. That is the greatest lesson Obanani teaches. Okay. This is also a divine feminine. Okay. It is not a fixed feminine energy. Okay. It can derive as fixed nature. However, Obanani is not a quality of fixed femininity. It is a divine feminine energy. Okay, it goes along with sainthood, automatic sainthood. A lot of their children, actually, the way you notice the difference between Obanani, Oshun, Legba. Obanani ordained through birth. Okay, that Orisha, you actually don't get the other initiative procedures. Okay, Obanani, because of reparations, you get through birth. Okay, it is ordained, and that is the easiest way to tell the children of Obanani apart from other Oshun, or I like to say divine feminines. Okay, Obanani controls the graveyard. She works with Oya, and only Oya. Okay, there are particularities, Arashes with Yemonyan, but that's only through Oya, and only for one thing only. It's set automatic. The base thing you think with Obanani is automatic. Anything that has to deal with automatic, Obanani. Okay, artificial, Obanani. Anything like desirable, tentative, sensitive, sentimentals, Obanani. Now, with sentimentals, however, there is an Atashe because of Gamoyan. So you have to be particular about that. Again, but during this work, you're with Oya, so you're good. Okay? She also does elongated. All her children are tall. They're long. They have long qualities. Long qualities. Elongated. She also works with Islam. She speaks Arabic fluently, and that's really all her children really sort of use Arabic as their inner code. They don't actually speak Arabic, it's a different derivative. Okay, that's the actual word for that. That's the Yemanyan, I told you. So you have to be particular with that. Okay. All Obanani's children near a graveyard. Okay. All of her children, she does boys and girls and non-conforming. She does black, white, brown. It don't matter. She is the least concerned about race out of all the Ori. She is concerned with your automatic spiritual contract. Okay, she does not work with Obatala. So again, because of that qualification with Yemaya and Oya, she does not, again, work with Obatala. They are polar opposites to each other. They are not good for each other. Okay? Now, why does Obatala qualify? Purity is actually not Obatala. She does not work with that energy at all. Anything that she goes through with that goes through Ye Man Yang. And that even came up out here. You will never see Oba speaking directly to another Oba. Oba Nani will never speak to, I like to call them Tatalas. The Talas. I like to call them Tatalas personally. But he favors Oba over all his other children. Oshuns do not like her because of that reason alone. But they also realize that he'll never actually talk to them, so Oshun actually is okay with it, because then she gets to, and then he can just, the bitch, you know what I mean? He don't do too much with Oshun because he know his love is not Oshun. And that's why Oshun will never kill their Tatala. That's why they work together hand and foot. Okay? Because they correspond more appropriately. So a lot of times when anybody fronts their Obatala, it's an Oshun. Because they're using Obatala to communicate. That is a God-given, easy, like we like to say, automatic. Well, my personal favorite is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You catch my lingo there? It's a no-brainer. Okay? Obatalas run from the Nanis. Run. Okay? There are secrets to the trade. So there is that. She has a lot of secrets. Everybody thought Oshun had all the secrets. No. She just wants y'all to think that she has all the damn secrets. And she do have a lot of damn secrets. It's funny how I will say this. The secrets you think she has, she does not. And the secrets she does have, you will never actually know. You'll never realize what secrets she does have, because they're secrets. And so the secrets you are concerned with in terms of what Oshun knows are not real. So that's the stickler. And anytime they work with Obatala, you have to stay clean or clear. So that's their divinity. There's even attaches. There's even other diasporic literacies. There's other different competencies that just deal with that alone, because that is a particular following. Yoruba can be contrived as Oshun's own energy. Okay, but because of qualifications, societal, there's ramifications to that. Okay. If you give Yoruba Oshun, then you could give Igbo Ogun. Or Ogun Igbo, which is equally simultaneous. Synonymous is the word. Anyway. Okay. That came up, so that's interesting. So if you do have Ogun, you will not work with Oshun. That's another automatic, no-brainer. So anybody who does have Ogun, you're automatically with Obananis. And they know that. Ogun gets Nani, Tatalas gets Shun. That's a God-given. That's easy peasy, bread and butter. Okay? The conversation is the divinity part. Oshun has to work for it, whereas it's God-given with the Obananis. And there's a reason for that. And then because y'all are on my channel, I will let you know. It's not something you want to know. It's definitely one of those, I would rather not know that type of shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because you on my channel, and I'm talking to you about it, I'll tell you, it's definitely something you definitely don't want the answer to. She only do one thing. She only do one thing. So, she can help with births, marriages, and stuff like that because of the contingency to Oshun. A lot of times, in the New World, in particular, they have put mistakenly the Obananis with Oshuns, and because they're, you know, priesthood, priestess wise, Ori wise, Oshun can work with Obanani in the divinity, but it's a particularity because of the Emoyon. Okay, that's basically it. She's elongated, pretty is the best word to sum that up. She deals with the one thing I should let everybody know. The difference between Oshun and Obanani. Oshun, she likes glitter, whereas Obanani likes bedazzlement. Anybody in the woman world crafted, they are not the same damn thing. Sometimes y'all don't get it, but it's okay. Glitter, sparkly. You want to think more sparkly with Nani. She likes all things pretty, not beautiful, pretty. And it's a almost French, demure, je ne sais quoi style to that particularity. And there's actually a religion on it, and there's more studies to be done on that. So she works with the graveyard, so you have to be careful. And if you are a Shango, if you're Oshun, if you're Ogun, if you're Obatala heavy, if you're Oshansi heavy, if you're, what's the other guy? Legba heavy, you want to stay away from the pretty people. Just trust me on that. Yemaya, they okay with Obananis. They actually work it out. Oshun works it out. They are very good for each other, and that they know they're not good for each other, and that they can separate accordingly. Because no one wants to deal with the Tatalas anyway. So it's perfect. It all works out. And that's how it's meant to do. And again, because of reparations, it's ordained through birth. And that's the only one that you can't gain through other stuff. It can't be taken from you. It can't be given to you. It's only something you obtain through birth. Your mother, your parents have nothing to do with it. Usually it's the grandparent may be involved, but it really involves the great-grandparents and their life legacies. It has nothing to do with the nuclear generation. Because she is responsible for the graveyard, it is a highly spiritual life, highly esoteric, highly retrograde shadow. It's not for emotionals. It's not for folks who can't, pretties, it's not for people who aren't willing to go the extra mile for the style. And no other reason. The particularities to pretty and style are held beyond anything else. And the real, I like to say, secret is the intention. And I tell y'all, it's the intention. With Obanani's, her intention is so clear and so fresh. It is, in my personal experience, probably the most clearest, but you'll never know it's hers because of the way it's organized. And it's best that way because she's still gaining her grip because of reparations. Okay? She's not mean-spirited. She's not rude. But she, because of her Ogun, can get into lots of fights. Because she touches Ogun, and it scares a lot of other people because she can work with Ogun. A lot of people are scared of him. So they don't work with anything that's green. She only works with stuff that's green. And people don't always get it. But it's now becoming more popular. is becoming more popular. And again, she works with Oya. Oyas are becoming more popular, so she's gonna come with them. Okay, because she's anti-Ongo. She's the anti-Ongo crew. But Shango can get him in there. He does get in there and try to get a wife, which is appropriate. Shango and Obanani have had kids. It's you don't want to hear about the story, but let's just say because of Oya and Oshun, they have a lot of history with each other. Okay. Last thing I'll leave you all with is that usually it's a Taurus, Pisces, Aquarian astrology thing going on. It's more fixed later half with a little bit of Venus. Venus heavy and heavy half. The middle stuff and the front and it don't really deal with none of that. That's all other stuff. Okay, and we're going to talk about Ashanti is coming up. And Olo Kun, you can talk about him. Olo Damar, you can talk about him. Obatala, you can talk about him. Ye Mayans are a little later. I probably won't get to that while I'm here. I have to be near water when I do her stuff. Or their stuff. Theirs is the hard. In my personal experience, Ye Mayans is the hardest. It's easiest for me to do. But in terms of like a standard of rubric is definitely the hardest one. Because not everybody can get access to that. Think about how many people have, it's real deep. It's real deep. That one's the deepest. And it's not a fun story. It's not a fun story at all. And I always tell everybody, if you're looking for something easy, peasy, you want to make a little money, have a little fun, just work with Oshun. She's available. She works with mostly everybody. You might get cussed out. You'll probably get cussed out, but that's okay. She beats the war gods. I mean, imagine that energy beating a war god. So yeah, you finna get cussed out by her ass. You'll probably get cussed out, but you will get something out of Oshun. You can barter with Oshun. That's like her. I don't like the word love language, but that's her love language, is bartering. That's her big thing, bartering. The other ones, they'll barter with you, but it's not, they don't particularly care for it. And I always tell everybody, if you're not so comfortable in your own setup, work with Oshun, because she can fix all of that for you. She likes to do that type of stuff. Oh, you don't know you with this and you with that. Okay, I can hook this up for you and do this and do that and do this. And she's very patient. She's very patient. And I always tell everybody, work with Oshun. The problem is that some of them are trying to work with the pretty shit. Oshun is like beautiful, cute. Well, maybe not even cute, but cute. You know, keeping it cute. You know, keeping it casual. Keeping it sweet, sweet and short. She gets a little acid though, a little acid. Oh, we're gonna do that one. Yeah, that's an Oguni. It's not Oshansi, but another one. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. We're gonna do that one too. That's gonna come up soon. The other hunting guy out there. So we'll talk about Oshansi, and there's another little dude. That's the one that's coming up. He's like cussing me out right now. Oh fuck, girl. But yeah, girl. So she works with the graveyard, and she works with like the ritual, not necessarily ceremony, but ritual. She works with ritual. Anything closed door, anything big public. She does rituals. She does, and she usually does stuff. She's like the leader of the local ritual to the ancestors. Anytime you have to go through that channel in a not necessarily serious manner, but anytime you have to go through that stuff for like work, professional purposes, you work with her, and you kind of put up all of the mirrors and Oshun energy and all that stuff. That's because you don't want to use Oshun for that stuff, because she actually doesn't do any of that stuff. She would like, we call referral. This is beyond my expertise. That's an emotional thing. Oba's not going to do that. She's going to tell you what you need to hear. And in a way that you can absorb it. The problem is that you do absorb it and you're not able to go back. Because it's like in hell. So it's deep. It's deep. That one I tell everybody, if you're not in your setup, don't do it. That's why the Ouija board, all that other stuff, you shouldn't do all of that stuff if you're not set up with your own mother and father plate. Not your mother and father in real life. The plate. If you're not familiar with that, don't work with that other stuff. Because you're going to have, basically, all the spiritual stuff, they can't do anything unless you do it by scripture, by code. It's like you ordering something online. If you're not putting it in the right order, only thing you're going to get back is something that you didn't order. So if you're not dealing the plate right, then, yeah, the spirits are going to come back on you and say, well, bitch, your mama, your daddy, this person saying this person saying that. Why you calling me and talking to me and not working this shit out with this person that's still there? Before you get to all of this shit, you need to still deal with that. And you say, I'm trying to deal with it, but I need to talk to you first. And they gonna say, don't talk to me about that. That's not my business. They'll tell you. That's why I tell everybody, just work. If you are a model, if you know what a display is, if you understand the aesthetics of life and have been accredited, this is stuff that should come to you automatically, not you go out and seek. You won't see her seeking things. Okay? She will broadcast, but it's not what you think. Like I said, these are secrets you can't comprehend. So, but she's available. If you're set up with your plates, you have your altar plate, you know what's on your altar plate, you know why it's on your altar plate, you have an intention behind it. You might not be so clear, but at least you know what the plate is. Then, okay, let's work some stuff out. Because they have stuff for y'all to do. They want y'all to get all of this stuff. I have beads, I have stuff. They want y'all to get all of this stuff. They don't want you not to get the right answer. They trying to help y'all get the right answer. And they say, hey, can you do a message? Can you do a video? Let them know we trying to reach out to them, but they don't have their shit together. We can't do nothing with the altar because, one, it's backwards, and two, they don't have no place set up. How you not gonna have a place set up? Y'all trying to skip steps. You can't get to show your work in math class. Spiritual stuff is math class. You got to show your work. You can't skip it because just because you're smart and you can skip a couple. You have to prove your work. You have to show your work. In school, you have to show how you got to your thesis, your conclusion, your educated guess. You have to walk it through. And usually in an expository manner, in a way that's explanatory, informative. Okay, I am. This is. Okay. That's basically it, buds.